Welcome back to the deep dive. So last time, we were navigating Purgatory's fourth canto, that climb.
Yeah, that steep, rocky wall really hammered home the effort, didn't it? The spiritual work involved.
Exactly, that striving, that, intense effort to purify yourself. It felt very real.
It did. And where Canto 4 showed the climb, Canto 5, which is our focus today, shifts things a bit. We meet these souls,
Hmm.
and their stories offer some, well, really powerful lessons for our own lives.
Right, we're looking at their experiences, trying to pull out those universal threads that maybe connect with your journey, with everyone's journey through life.
We're talking about souls who died violently, but, and this is key, repented right at the very end.
It's quite something. A reminder that maybe even when things end suddenly, there's still that possibility for, I don't know, interchange, peace.
That seems to be the idea. So our mission, if you like, for this depth dive is to really get into these encounters, these stories, and see what wisdom we can find. What can they teach us about our own paths?
Okay, so Dante and Virgil enter Cantor 5, and almost right away, these souls notice them.
Yeah, and what's interesting is how they notice. It's Dante's shadow, a simple physical detail.
A shadow. It tells them immediately he's alive, still physical. Why start there, do you think? Why that detail?
Well, maybe it emphasizes that boundary, right? Between life and death, the physical and the spiritual. They're sort of in between and intensely aware of the living world.
And the reaction isn't fear, it's hope. They immediately ask for prayers.
Exactly. They want that connection, that help from the living for their own journey of purification. It shows this belief in a bond that, well, death doesn't sever.
A connection across realms, but then Virgil steps in.
Right, good old Virgil. He tells Dante, essentially, don't get sidetracked, keep moving.
Which is interesting too, isn't it? That tension between compassion, acknowledging others, and staying focused on your own path. A balancing act we all face, I suppose.
Definitely.
Huh.
And that brings us to the first major figure here, Buonconte de Montefeltro.
Ah, yes. His story has this air of mystery about it. Died in battle, body never found.
Vanished from the battlefield, pretty
Yeah.
much. But the real drama isn't earthly, it's spiritual. This cosmic fight for his soul.
Between an angel and a demon. High stakes.
Absolutely, and what decides us, what saves him. Dante tells us it was one little tear.
One tear of repentance right at the end. It's incredibly powerful how much value Dante places on that single sincere moment.
It really is. It suggests that, even if your life wasn't perfect, that last-minute, genuine turning of the heart, it counts immensely.
It kind of challenges the idea that you need a lifetime of perfect beads, that possibility for real change is always there, right up until the end.
Precisely. And then the demon, having lost the soul, is furious.
Yeah, he takes it out on the body, doesn't he? Unleashes this massive storm.
Sweeps the corpse into the Arno River.
Ugh.
It feels like pure, impotent rage. Like, if I can't have the soul, I'll desecrate the body.
It really highlights how significant that final repentance was. And it makes you think about his father, Guido de Montefeltro.
Oh, that's a fascinating contrast, isn't it? Guido's down in the Inferno. He had this outward show of conversion joining a monastery.
But his advice was deceitful, right? It wasn't genuine repentance.
Exactly. So Buonconte's single, heartfelt tear contrasts sharply with his father's elaborate but ultimately hollow actions. It really forces you to consider what true repentance looks like. Interchange versus just, well, going through the motions.
A really crucial distinction. Okay, so after Buonconte, we meet Pia de Tolomei.
Pia, her part is so short, but it just sticks with you.
That line, Sienna made me, Maremma unmade me. Wow. So much packed into so few words.
It's incredibly evocative. It hints at a whole tragedy, doesn't it? The
Yeah.
suggestion of domestic violence, perhaps murder by your husband in the Maremma marshes. It's all implied.
But never explicitly stated. She's so reserved. There's this dignity there, even in recounting her end. No bitterness, really.
The brevity is the power, in a way. It makes you lean in, contemplate the silence. Is it resignation or kind of nobility and suffering?
Maybe both. It's like she refuses to be defined solely by the injustice done to her. And her story has resonated for centuries, hasn't it? She's become this symbol.
A symbol of the innocent victim, yes, but also maybe of enduring spirit. How you carry yourself through pain leaves a mark.
So pulling these threads together, what are the big takeaways from Canto 5 for us navigating our own lives?
Well, Buonconte first. Clearly, the power of repentance. That idea that it's truly never too late for a genuine change of heart. Even a small act, if sincere.
Yeah, that's huge. And the souls asking for prayers. That points to connection, right? The importance of supporting each other, remembrance.
Definitely. this belief that we're interconnected, that our actions and thoughts can affect others, even beyond life. And related to that, the desire to be remembered.
That feels universal. Legacy, wanting your life to have meant something, to echo somehow.
And then there's this stark reminder of life's fragility. These violent deaths, they really emphasize how precarious our time here can be.
Makes you want to live more intentionally, maybe. Appreciate the moment.
Perhaps. And finally, Pia, her quiet strength, that dignity in suffering.
Holding on to your spirit even when things are incredibly painful, not letting hardship completely break you.
So thinking about your own journey, listener, Buonconte's story makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Do we underestimate the power of small, sincere shifts in ourselves? That tiny tear, that moment of clarity.
Yeah. How often could a small change make a big difference in our own growth? And Pia, how do we handle difficult times?
Right. How do you move through pain without letting bitterness take over? How do you hold on to your dignity, your sense of self? It's a challenge.
Absolutely. So to wrap up this dive into Canto 5, the big themes seem to be repentance is always possible, remembrance and connection matter deeply, life is fragile, and there's incredible strength in facing suffering with dignity.
Powerful lessons.
Yeah.
So maybe take a moment to think about your own life. Can you think of a time when a small inner shift, or maybe just finding that quiet strength, really changed things for you?
How can these stories from Purgatory maybe shift your perspective as you keep moving forward on your own path?
Food for thought, definitely.
Indeed. Well, that brings us to the end of our 39th deep dive. There's always more to uncover, of course.
Always.
Join us next time as we continue our journey. Until then, thanks for taking this deep dive with us.